So part three, the surgeons come, they bring me straight to the ER. I don't even meet the actual surgeon, the actual ER doctor, but once. He came in just to say hello, and my cardiac monitor kept going off. I didn't know what's going on at the time, of course, because there's so much going on. And he just said, you're staying on my end. You're staying because of the fact that your heart rate is erratic. And then my doctor comes in, my surgeon, he's like, listen, let's go take you downstairs. Let's check if you have perforated. I get downstairs. Of course, I'm still in pain from the surgery I just had. I get on there, lay down, drink the drink. They do the scan. They help me up, sit me on the bed. I can see like a bunch of them, like 12 of them in the back, reading the images. So I get brought back down, and they must have gave me something to calm myself down, because I remember being calm. And so I was in my room, and all of a sudden I see my surgeon come in. He said, we have to go right now and do surgery. At that time, of course, it was the peak of the pandemic, so I had nobody there but myself. They said, we have to go in because you're actually perforated. You're leaking all into your abdomen, which you don't want to do because your abdomen is sterile. So obviously I freaked out. I called my husband, I called my sister. I'm bawling. I said, do a prayer chain. I have to go in for emergency surgery. So I go in. They're gonna do the emergency surgery. I wake up, and now I had 2 J-cracks, which are your bulbs of drainage. One in the upper abdomen and one in the lower left the lower quadrant. And then I also had to have a PICC line placed, which goes into the heart, or depends which one you received. I can't remember if it was a PICC line or a midline. So they placed that at the bedside. I was on TPN, which is total parental nutrition, because I couldn't eat. So I was there for 7 days. Excuse the noise. I was there for 7 days with TPN every day, which you could change depending on my lab work, because I would have, my potassium would be too high or my potassium would be too low, and potassium would cause cardiac events, and you don't want that. So, and I then found out why the ER doctor has stated what he said was because I was so sick. My leukocytes, or white blood cells, were skyrocketed, as well as my potassium, and I was already showing T-wave changes because of the potassium. So it's a miracle that I'm alive, and I thank God that I am. It was a hectic time, and then I couldn't be with my kids, of course, and my family and my husband. So I did videos and all that. I was able to get discharged, and then see my original GI, who was shocked that I was alive, like you said. But I thank God that I'm here, and you know, I still suffer from an achalasia. They're still trying to figure out why I have it. Because mine is now, I had another manometry. I'm scheduled for my 3rd one coming up soon. But about 6 months ago, I had another one, and it showed now that I don't have contraction in my esophagus. So now I do everything by gravity, but now I don't have any, like, no peristalsis, no contractions. So that's why I have to eat slow, and I have to drink with my meals to push things down. And so you should stop eating, which I'm still trying to learn. Stop eating, 3 to 4 hours before bedtime. It's always a lesson. You're always going to have to figure it out. I just, this is a learning curve for me. But try to avoid, thick foods, hard foods like steak, anything like that. Especially if cut it real small if you're going to try to eat it. Sometimes raw vegetables, sometimes raw fruits can cause issues. Mine is esophageal spasms, which is excruciating because it takes my chest, my chin, and my back. So it does scare you into thinking that you're having a heart attack when you're not. But it's an ongoing process. Everybody's still trying to figure it out. I don't know why I still have those symptoms. I also have delayed burps is what I call them. I don't burp regular. I have to drink to burp once. Otherwise, usually after I eat or drink, about 2 to 3 hours later is when I start getting these burpy, frothy type of burps, which nobody can tell me why. From what I've heard, it's 1 out of 100,000 that have Achalasia Type II, which is the most treatable. So that's good in a sense, but it's been a learning curve, and it's still something that everybody's still trying to figure out because they don't know why I still have spasms after the surgery. I'm outside. So all the GI doctors are still working with me to try to figure out where the problem is. I just did an endo flip endoscopy to see what's going on, to confirm what happened with the manometry test, which showed that I don't have any contractions. And again, that came out positive. So they want to do a third one to see if there's anything new. Right now, I have been checked for different types of autoimmune diseases. I don't have any. We just don't know why this is occurring. So if you guys have any questions, keep me posted.